Alright, hey, let's go ahead and begin again. Welcome back to Heart of the Woods. Where did we leave off? I think Maddie found the girl in the woods. I forgot her name. Abigail. Right, and Abigail's a ghost, and we had a really sweet time together. Okay, so this chapter is called Final Warning. I think we stopped exactly at the start of the chapter, right? Well, how are you guys doing today? I am doing okay. I cleaned up my room so much. I, KonMari'd my entire room yesterday. And, well, let's see. I've been drawing. Well, not drawing. I've been coloring in one of those adult coloring books. You know, the really complicated ones. Anyway, as I head back toward the cabin, my head is swimming. Or maybe drowning. It's hard to think about anything but Abigail, all alone in the middle of the forest for centuries. What's her story? I want to know, but I doubt I ever will. Yet I'm already looking forward to seeing her again, even though in the back of my mind I'm aware that Tara and I will only be here for a few more weeks. That was fast. It seems almost cruel knowing that this is all so short-lived. If I were her, would I rather have a few weeks of happiness just to lose it again, or never have anything at all? The question makes my head and heart hurt. The walk back feels like it goes by much quicker than my journey to the clearing and then the church. As I get closer to the cabin, I can see that the windows are dark. Tara must be in the town or out with Morgan somewhere. I wonder if she noticed I was gone. My musing is interrupted by the sudden sound of footsteps in the snow. Oh, it's you, Evelyn. The mayor steps out from behind a tree, just like Abigail did earlier. Why is she behind a tree? What a weirdo. Very dramatic introduction. Everybody betrayed Maddie. She's fed up with this world. Yeah, that's why she went to the forest. I feel so bad for her. Good evening, Madison. Evening, Miss Mayor. Where have you been? I freeze. Her tone is sharp with no pretense of being conversational. Her glare is even sharper. Does she know about Abigail? Or about the forest spirit? Surely she would have mentioned it if so. My mind reels while I stall for time. I was out for a walk in the forest. I'm bad at lying, so I try to tell her half-truths. I can see that. Where did you go? Around. I was just walking around. Needed the fresh air. Alone? Where is your friend, or my daughter? With each question she asks, she takes a nearly imperceptible step closer. Ugh. I shrug, trying to look indifferent. I don't think it's working. I'm not sure. Tara and I had an argument earlier. I wanted to be alone. Why'd you tell her? An argument? Regarding what? She's far too close for comfort now. Close enough that she could reach out and grab me by the throat if she wanted to. Still, I'm so taken aback by the nerve of her asking about my personal issues that my voice comes out stronger than I could have hoped for. I'm sorry, but I'm not comfortable talking about it. The mayor regards me for a long moment. Her nostrils flare. I meet her gaze and don't look away, even though I desperately want to. I half expect her tongue to shoot out and taste the air like a snake. Hi, just entered the live. What did I lose? You didn't miss much, actually. I just started a few minutes ago. Well, Maddie just walked back home and found that Tara was gone. Hi, Max, by the way. And Oni Andy. Oni Andy. Thank you for subscribing. How you doing? Let me see. It feels as if she can see right through me. I'm almost certain that she knows I'm hiding something for her. More than just my argument with Tara. A couple new people today. Thank you for stopping by. I see. She flips her hair and walks past me, heading into the forest. What is her problem? Be careful, Madison. The woods are dangerous on your own. I stand there, heart in my throat, until the sound of snow under her feet fades into silence. I can't tell if she's bad or not now. I don't know. Shuddering, I hurry the rest of the way to the cabin. Great, I really want to play this game. I think it's currently on sale on Steam. Hey, Amber, and hey, Coffee. Amy hates you. What? What's wrong? She probably said it a little late. I don't know what's wrong with Amy. I guess I have to fix some code in there. Oh, she just sent the notification. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's totally my fault. I need to figure out what's wrong with that. I want to apologize for your bad English. I'm Brazilian. Here, English isn't an important subject in schools. What? Don't apologize for that. We're just here to have some fun. A bright burst of light jerks me awake. I groan, getting ready to toss a pillow at Maddie and demand she turn the light back off. It's so bright, it hurts when I try to open my eyes. But when I do, I realize the light is coming from the window. And it's not a window I recognize. Wait, Morgan? Uh-oh. Oh. God damn, Tara. Morgan is starting to stir next to me. An adorable little smile on her face. It's so cute that for a minute it distracts me from the fact that she's completely naked. It takes another second for me to realize that I am too. Spicy! Oh man! I yank the covers up to my chest to, well, cover myself. Memories of last night start to come back in bits and pieces. We'd been going over notes about something. And admittedly, I might have gotten a little flirty. But next thing I know, we're kissing. Books are on the floor, I hear papers crumpling underneath my butt. My God. So many Brazilians here. And once I said yes, she couldn't even wait to get to the bed before she started undressing me. Jesus. And it's not that I'm complaining, but it was definitely the last possible way I thought she'd respond. At least now I remember why I'm sore. Oh God. It isn't long before Morgan opens her eyes as well. The rest of her face doesn't move as she wakes up. She sleeps with that same blank face she has when she's awake. Okay, now, I can't censor anything right now. This is stream. Please don't be too spicy. Good morning, Tara. Her voice seems a little different. Softer, maybe? I have no idea, but it's kinda nice. Hey! Yeah, good morning! I cringe at the sound of my own voice. That was way too loud. I need to do a better job of keeping my cool. How'd you sleep? Better than I have in a long time. I smile. Although you do snore, loudly. Oh boy. Hey Victory, how are you doing today? Thanks for stopping by. I try not to let my smile break. I mean, she's right, but only when I lay on my back. I try to think about a long list of awkward morning afters and pick out a good comeback, but everything grinds to a halt as soon as I feel her lips press against my side. Ooh. I'm never getting monetized. It's just a tiny peck, the kind I give a cute fan, but she also blows a tiny puff of hot air onto my skin that makes me shiver. I could feel my face turning as red as my hair, and know a comeback's not happening. Tara, are you okay? I need to say something to get back on top of this mess, but all I can do is stare down at her. Those bright green eyes, that soft face, that messy orange hair. Tara? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking that, well, you're cute. Hey, I've had worse lines. I can't see her face, but I think I hear a chuckle or something like it. I should probably get up too, but I can't help taking a minute to stare. Maddie always gets on me for being thirsty, but I think I earned it this time. Her curves, her muscles. She's like someone asked me every last details about what my type was, then turned her real. This village is a dream come true. My clothes are spread across the floor, and it takes me a minute to hunt them all down once I'm out of bed. Actually, that's how they usually are at home, too. I've got more important things than clothes to keep in my dresser. Morgan's already dressed by the time I get everything together, with her hair back in its usual pigtails. Cute as they are, I kinda miss how it looked down. Hey, so, is something wrong? Your mom isn't home, right? I'm pretty sure she won't be happy if she sees me coming out of her room first thing in the morning. You've made enough noise last night that she'd know anyway. I don't think she's going to do anything about it. Oh, Jesus Christ. You hear that, Evelyn? I feel like I'm burning up, but her expression is the same as ever. She's not even trying to be smooth, and she's still better at it than I am. And I'm already really good. Great, yeah, cool. Glad we don't have to worry. I'm going to go make some coffee for us. That's my bra, by the way. No wonder it felt so loose. I'm dead. She's out the door, leaving me to search for more clothing and think about the conversation Morgan and I are going to have when she gets back. Oh boy. Jesus. Guessing Maddie and Tara weren't together before then. Yeah, I think they're just best friends. Just gals being pals. I'm still thinking about what I want to say when she returns with the coffees, already chugging hers down. I usually make it strong, but I put plenty of cream and sugar in yours, so you should be fine. I normally take it black, actually. I saw your daily routine video. I know how you take your coffee. Exposed. I don't even know why I'm bothering with the usual cool routine at this point. I should just accept that I'm beat. I take a tiny sip of the coffee and nearly fall back down on the bed. Even with cream and sugar, this is the strongest thing that I've ever tasted. She drinks this black? Is it too much? I can put some liquor in it if you want. Isn't it like 8 in the morning? Yes, why do you ask? Well... I'm loving this. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I don't get it. Whose house is this? I think it's Mayor's and Morgan's house. And they do have names that start with M. That is confusing. I sigh and take another bitter sip. The last thing I need right now is alcohol. Hey, so, I think we need to talk. Sure, what about? Morning liquor never hurt anybody. I'm not sure if she doesn't know or doesn't care what I'm going to say, but from the way she's acted so far, I'm pretty sure it's the second one. Look, you're a really great person. I really like hanging out with you, and I had a great time last night. I know. She needs to stop making me blush. I probably look the same way Mads does every time I try to introduce her to a cute girl. I just want to make sure we're clear on what that was all about. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I mean, I'm not really the dating type, and I'm gonna be leaving in a month. I'm happy to do stuff like this as long as it's Tara. She doesn't sound frustrated or upset. If anything, her voice is softer. We talked about this exact thing last night. You're cute, you're fun, and I really enjoyed having sex with you. But that's all this is, and neither of us expect or want anything different. You don't have to give me any excuses. She's really straightforward. Blunt as ever, she takes another sip of coffee as I breathe a sigh of relief. All that worrying for nothing. Great. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, I'm glad that's settled then. I should feel relieved, relaxed, all that good stuff. With the rough part out of the way, I can go right back to being as intrepid and charming as always. I still have the theory that Morgan's probably a witch. So, why do I feel like I'm the one who got let down here? This kind of thing shouldn't bother me, even if it didn't go the way I'm used to. This is why I hate taking time to think about things. So, did you make that sweater yourself? Morgan's eyes widen at my question. Looks like I found a good way to move on. I did, actually. My ex showed me how to knit a few years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. It's a nice way to pass the time. If you want, I could make you something to take home when you're done here. That'd be super cool. Everyone I know wears coats like Maddie's, or one of those big puffy marshmallow coats. I'm sure that hand-knit stuff would break the mold. The fact that you insist on going investigating in nothing but a light jacket made me assume that you didn't like coats in general. Maybe I was just waiting to get in on the hip wool fashion trend. I catch her smiling in between sips. She might act different, but I get the feeling that we're on the same wavelength for some things. I mean, obviously, since we ended up together, but still. Well, not together, of course, but I thought it was because of your shirt. You wear that same moon shirt in every blog you do. I didn't expect it to be the same way in real life. Can't cover up the brand. You need to sell the merch. It was actually Maddie's idea, believe it or not. Something about having a visual brand for the sake of the show. Sake of the show? I figured my winning smile would be enough, but, I mean, as long as people like it. I didn't realize she was that invested in the show. I figured she didn't care that much. Ouch. Hearing her mention how distant Maddie seems is a pretty painful reminder of how things have fallen apart between us. She used to be. Back when we started, she was a lot more invested in the whole thing. We've been inseparable since high school, and I figured she was really excited to keep that bond going strong. That's pretty incredible. I don't think I've ever had any friendships that lasted more than a year. I realize that she hasn't mentioned a single friend since I got here. I guess claiming your cat talks to you probably doesn't score you points with anyone other than me. Oh yeah, it's been like around 10 years or something. Don't tell her I told you this, but we actually met because we were total goths. Both total goths. Goths? I jump when Morgan suddenly bursts into laughter. I've only known her for about a week, but it feels weirdly unlike her. Probably because it's the most emotion she's shown since we met. That includes last night. Wait, Tara? Tara? Goths? My immortal? I can't imagine Maddie walking around with raccoon eyes and dyed hair. You have no idea. She was goth enough to put me to shame. Always talking about the darkness in her soul. Chilling with all the other cool goth kids. Calling herself Raven, it was great. Okay. What? Is that a reference? I'm gonna die. You're part of a group? Do you keep in touch with any of them? I know at least one of them kept a look. My smile fades as I look away from her. She couldn't have known that asking what that would bring back bad memories, so I don't blame her. But the memories are still there. Not really. Most of them stopped talking to me when I told them I was trans, and the rest bailed as soon as I started to actually transition. Oh shit. Maddie was the only one who really stuck up for me. I'll never forget that. Well, damn. Morgan puts down her now empty mug. I'm not even halfway through mine. That's pretty shitty. I'm so sorry, Tara. I didn't mean to... Nah, forget it. It's seriously okay. The whole thing's ancient history now. That isn't a lie. I feel a hell of a lot better about the whole thing now that I know I'm doing way better than any of them. I can tell Morgan doesn't buy it, though. Better switch the subject. Anyway, after that, the two of us were inseparable all through high school. We even picked the same college, so it'd be easier to stay in touch. The only time our friendship was ever on the rocks, maybe we shouldn't talk about that. I try not to grin when I see Morgan's eyes widen. Got him. What? You wouldn't say that if you weren't going to tell me. Well, I don't know. She leaves her mug on the table and moves closer to me. I definitely saw her smile for a second there. Tara, I know, wouldn't pass up a chance to tell a story. Well, if you insist. Maddie and I actually dated once. Okay. I had a feeling that was the case. For a few weeks, back when we started college, everyone we knew was pairing off, so we figured we should try it too. It's our secret shame. I'm not surprised. You two would make a terrible couple. Jeez, blunt much? You're not wrong, though. It nearly killed our friendship. Thankfully, we called it off and went back to being friends. We haven't had any trouble since. Until now. Yeah, until now. Yeah, I saw a review that nearly spoiled me on Steam, saying that one of the characters was trans. So much for lightening the mood. I don't know. I guess her deciding to walk away from everything we built together doesn't exactly make me feel jazzed about our friendship. Her having different priorities doesn't have anything to do with friendship. I mean, Maddie's been, hauling ass for years. I don't know if she even recognizes that. What, like going back to school? She hated school. So either that's some bullshit excuse, or she just hates working on paranormal even more. And she was talking about coming back. Having real proof seems to have changed her mind. And then what? She goes along with it for another few months and gets sick of it? I can't deal with that again. I can tell I'm getting louder, but I don't care. I haven't had a chance to let any of this out since it happened. Morgan, of course, doesn't even flinch. The thing is, now she's acting like she wants to be in on the action again. Am I really supposed to believe that she wants to commit to this? But I'm not an idiot. It's not like I'm ignoring the fact that she keeps running off to the woods to be by herself. I'm supposed to be just cool with that? Tara, I'm so sick of all this bullshit. Maybe I'd just be better off without Tara. Jesus, I jump as her voice drowns mine out completely. This burst of emotion isn't funny. It's honestly kind of terrifying. Stop. Just stop. You have no idea what you're talking about. You don't want Maddie to leave the show, but you're refusing to listen to her when she talks about coming back. You don't want to lose your friendship, but you're freezing her out when she tries to make connections again. I love your show, you know I do, but there are more important things in your life than talking about Bigfoot in front of a camera. Holy shit, what the hell was that? She just shot through my bullshit like some kind of forest-dwelling therapist. How am I supposed to respond to that? All I can do is sit back down on the bed and let it wash over me. She sits down next to me and takes my head in hers. She gives it a little squeeze, and I squeeze back. I can already feel myself starting to calm down. When Morgan speaks again, her voice is back to its normal flatness. Talk to her. Tell her how you feel and what you need. You can't spend your whole time with me and expect her to feel appreciated. Morgan's really nice, yeah. I don't want to leave you out, though. You're the whole reason we're here. Plus, I really like spending time with you. I do too, but we'll have plenty of time together. You're here for an entire month. Yeah, of course. The word month makes me feel a little weird pang in my chest. For some reason, I don't want to think about how temporary this is. Let's hope they don't go the kill your gaze trope. Oh, jeez. I don't know if this is a visual novel with a bad ending. It probably is, though. So if there's multiple endings, it's gonna be up to me. I let go of her hand to take another sip of coffee. It's barely lukewarm now, and I consider just spitting it back into the cup. That definitely wouldn't be a good look, though. Do you want me to take you back to the cabin? I think I'm gonna do a little more investigating here first. Give me time to think about what I want to say to Mads. I really hope they make up. Tower was being shitty, but I was thinking it was something supernatural. I guess not, though. That's a good idea. Hey, first time for everything. She lets out another little laugh. It's not as nearly as big as her earlier one, but it's really nice to hear it after all that heavy stuff. I'll go set up shop then. Come see me when you want to ride back. Better play good. Oh no. The pressure. You got it. I stand and stretch, scanning the room for one more time to see if I'm forgetting anything. Wait, are those my panties? Yeah, you're wearing mine. I try to will myself not to blush, determined not to let her get one more fluster in. Shit, sorry, I can change real quick. It's fine, you can wear them, just give them back when you're done. My cheeks are burning again, so much for that. Oh, cool, thanks, I guess I'll see you later then. Sure, you know where to find me. Ah, damn. Without thinking, I lean forward and press my lips against hers. They're soft, somehow not nearly dried out by the cold air as mine are. Wait, why am I doing this? I jerk my head away, expecting to be met with an angry glare, but all I see is the corners of her mouth twitch up for a split second before she's back to neutral. Could be worse, right? Either way, it's definitely time for me to get the hell out of here. I head for the door, but something stops me before I actually leave. Oh, thank you. Anytime. I don't know what I'm thanking her for. I'm not sure if she knows either. I'm out the door and back out into the village square, doing my best to leave my confusion behind me. I've got more important things to think about right now. I've got to think about what I'm going to say to Mads. Tell her I'm sorry for being an idiot, and that I don't want this to screw up things more than it already has. But as I think about that, I realize I've got one more problem than when it comes to her. If she finds out I slept with our host, she's gonna kill me. I think she already knows. Pretty sure. Pretty sure she heard you that other night. The cabin comes into view. It's warm and casts a glow in the snow. I keep my steady pace. Wait, is this Morgan now? No, this is Matt. Okay, it's been a while since Tara and I talked. Things still aren't fixed. Wait. No, this is Morgan. They've improved. She's getting Maddie's help filming now, but I can still see that distance between them. It doesn't help that Maddie keeps choosing to stay behind when we go to the village. Her excuses are always flimsy, but Tara doesn't push it. I'm not sure if she wants to. I guess we're flipping perspectives now. Alright, I'm gonna take a real short break. So Maddie's so I had showed Morgan earlier. Yeah, this is Morgan. Alright, I'll be right back. And I'll make sure to switch my screen back this time. Alright. February manga? I'm not sure if it's a manga, but I think Tamen Degushi is very, very sweet. It's like a webtoon, I guess. Bloom into you and girlfriends? I'm not entirely sure what to do. I never expected this to be easy, but now it's gotten complicated in a way that I couldn't have predicted. I wish I could help, but I'm afraid that intervening any more than I already would make things worse. Maddie still doesn't trust me, despite everything. I have to believe it's not too late. I need them both fully committed before I can tell them why they're really here. What? Uh-oh. At the cabin, I enter without knocking. It again. What? I've tried like 6 times, Mads. I don't know what else you're expecting here. Hello there. They both look up from what they were doing. It's not a surprising scene. Tara's hunched over her laptop in the living room, while Maddie stands nearby, looking ready to hit her. I know this isn't, supposed to be Morgan's voice. It doesn't matter. I do the same voices anyway. I don't think either of them noticed me entering. Hi. Hey! While Maddie seems annoyed at my interruption, Tara seems genuinely happy. Whether that's for the distraction or because it's me, I'm not sure. I walk over and sit down beside Tara, placing myself between her and Maddie. Check this out. She angles her laptop so that I can see it, and presses play on a video. There's some distorted noise, but the screen stays black. What am I supposed to be looking at? Exactly. Somehow exasperated, Maddie throws up her hands and storms off into the kitchen, banging around the cupboards without actually doing anything. This was the footage that we took the other night, remember, with the spirit and stuff? I remember. Oh shit, it's gone. Yeah, well, it was totally fine a few days ago. We watched it 1 billion times, so you know as well as I do. Right, it was perfectly visible then. But now... She plays the clip again. Nothing but noise. It's worthless now. So, what happened? Beats me. That's what we're trying to figure out. Maddie slams the cabinet particularly loudly. What happened? Wait, what? What Maddie thinks happened is that the file got corrupted somehow, either when you exported it or when it was transferring or something. But it was working fine before. Seriously, ask Morgan. She points at me. I wish she wouldn't bring me into it like this, since it'll seem like I'm taking a side. The video did work before, yes. Great, that helps us a lot. So sassy. Isn't there a backup somewhere? What? What's that? What's what? The video? It's like a video of the giant forest spirit. They're only proof that supernatural stuff exists. This was supposed to be the backup. I thought I'd upload it to our server too, but I guess the Wi-Fi cut out, and so that it didn't actually happen. Tara bites her lip. That one's on me. I'm expecting another sardonic reply from Maddie, but to my surprise, she sits down across from us and sighs. Well, we can't change it now. It seems that Tara's admission of guilt, even partial, helped her calm down some. Was that the only footage that was affected? I didn't check. Can't see why anything else would be screwed up, though. We just got unlucky. Super unlucky. That's a bit of an understatement. Without that footage, we don't have anything to show. His royalties? What? Oh. What? I'm very confused. Sir, explain. I want to tell her that there will be plenty of more opportunities for filming the spirit, and likely other equally remarkable creatures, but I know that she won't believe me yet. Gelidora warned me that this would probably happen, as if I hadn't already known. Gelidora also didn't help my case at all, since she said she didn't know if she could trust them yet. So the cat can talk. I was making a joke like they filmed them without permission. Oh, okay. I get it. It's just the chat was going fast. I wish she would have told me that before I made a fool of myself in front of them both. Tara laughs, but it sounds forced. I guess we'll have to take some new footage then. Morgan, you don't have any other mystical spirits sitting around that we could film, do you? Funnily enough, I do. I just smile though, going along with the joke. For some reason, Maddie tugs at her collar and looks away out the window. Perhaps she's more uncomfortable around me than I thought. Can I borrow your laptop? I'll see if I can move the file to my computer and maybe salvage something. You really think that would work? No, but I'd like to try. Sure thing. She lifts the laptop over me and passes it to Maddie. Thanks, I'll be in my room. Let me know if you need anything. She leaves, taking Tara's laptop with her. She pushes her bedroom door, but doesn't close it all the way. Beside me, Tara places her hand over mine. It's not anything that Maddie would be able to see from her room. I'm not sure why Tara's so insistent on keeping our relationship a secret. It's not really secret at this point. Still, I appreciate the gesture of everything that's happened since the two of them arrived here. Getting close to Tara like this has certainly been the most unexpected. It seems like things are a bit better between the two of you. Did you talk? I make sure to keep my voice low. Not yet. I was going to, but first Mads wasn't home. Then she was shut in her room all day once she got back. I was going to bring it up today, but then all this stuff happened. At least the two of you are talking a little. She must be feeling bad too. Maybe. You should have heard her before you got here, though. I'm sorry. Nah, don't be. It's like you said, this is on both of us. You really don't know what happened to the footage? I promise I won't tell Maddie anything. Nope, it's 100% legit. It was working fine, and then it wasn't. I didn't even drop my computer or spill water on it this time. That's so strange. You're telling me. Mads is convinced I did something to screw it up, though. I have a niggling suspicion in the back of my mind, but I don't want to bring it up yet. I don't want to alarm Tara if I can help it. Has anyone... Evelyn? Right in the middle of my sentence, the heater in the corner of the room makes a sizzling noise, and then dies. I'm creeped out. Is it alright to go back on the game, like back to a previous sentence? If you click history, you can see, like, what they said. What if Morgan's mom did it to the footage? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or are you talking about YouTube? Wait, what? Tara and I both stare at it. Did you see that? I did. God! Clutching her head in her hands, Tara gets up and goes to inspect the heater. She looks around and underneath it, although it's clear she has no idea what she's actually looking for. While her back is turned, I take a moment to peer out the window, scanning for anyone or anything out of the ordinary. I don't see anything. What happened? Heater died. Check it out. Wait, you're kidding me. I wish. Already the cold is starting to set in. Oh, fuck. Was it a short circuit or something? I'm glad that she doesn't default to blaming Tara for this. My suspicion gets a little stronger too. No clue. Morgan and I were sitting here when it suddenly died. It didn't give any warning or anything. It was a lot like the... She trails off. She doesn't need to finish the sentence. I'm sure we're all thinking the same thing. Like the footage. She says it anyway. None of us said anything. Then, Maddie chuckles nervously. That's a pretty weird coincidence. Do you two think that, like, they're connected somehow? What, the heater in the footage? There's no way that it could be. It's just bad luck. Maybe. She gives me a look that says she doesn't think it's random. I'm inclined to agree. Any luck with saving the video so far? Not yet, but I just started. Give me a bit. Right. Wait, it was a future Maddie girlfriend in there? Wait, what? Oh. Maybe. Oh, and Andy, maybe you can just disconnect your mouse? Just when you're playing the game. And just use the spacebar? That might work. Unfortunately, you can't choose any options. I'm gonna go grab a blanket. You want one, Morgan? No, thanks. What the hell? 2 seconds after she's entered her bedroom, Tara yells and pops back out. The heater in my room is dead too. What? Are you sure? Is there no power? Are the lights on? Of course I'm sure. Come look if you want. Maddie and I both hurry into Tara's room. Sure enough, the heater in here is as dead as the one in the living room. Were they on the same breaker? The cabin must have ancient wiring, right? No, it was renovated a couple years ago. Is the one in your room still working, Mads? Without waiting for an answer, Tara pushes past and goes to look, ignoring Maddie's feeble clamor against barging in. We follow behind Tara yet again. In Maddie's room, the heater is running fine. That's so unfair! Maddie frowns too, looking perplexed. I don't get it. Why just in here? That's a pretty weird coincidence. Tara does a poor imitation of Maddie's voice. It is! What else do you want me to say? Grumbling, Tara leaves the room without giving an actual answer. Maddie doesn't try to stop her and stares at her perfectly functional heater. Yeah, the heaters are going out. Just the heaters, I guess. I shut the bedroom door behind me as I leave. Okay, tell me I'm not crazy. Something weird is going on. You're not crazy. This definitely isn't a coincidence. You say that like you know what's going on. I can feel a pit opening up in my stomach. I've never been good with words, and I'm not sure how to phrase everything I'm about to tell her, much less how she'll take it. What is going on? I must struggle for too long, but because I can see Tara's expression go from mopey to concerned. This is starting to get good. I don't want to interrupt you. That's okay, buddy. Okay. Hey, you okay? I was just kidding, but like, do you actually know what's going on? I press a finger to my lips and point to Tara's room. Her eyes go wide, but she nods. I lead the way with her following close behind. We can talk now. I think you're right. I think it is the ghost, maybe. Tara looks like she's going to explode. Now? What the hell? That was like something out of a spy movie. Shh, not so loud. I listen for any indication that Maddie's following behind us, or is eavesdropping, but her door never opens. Tara watches, waiting for me to elaborate, but I can tell that it's taking every ounce of self-control she has not to barrage me with questions. It's understandable. Okay, bear with me, because I'm not sure how to say some of this. Nearly vibrating with excitement, Tara nods. I take a deep breath. I don't think that all these malfunctions are a coincidence. I think they're intentional sabotage, and that my mother's to blame. Oh. Shit, so maybe it is Evelyn? Her eyes get as wide as saucers. Your mom? Yes, and I also think that Maddie might be involved too. It's not her fault at all. I'm afraid my mother might have gotten her to her first. She might not even know it. What does that mean? Gotten to her how? As in she's not in control of her actions. What? She might not even be aware of them. You mean like mind control? More or less, yes. She stares at me and then starts to laugh. She gets up and paces around the room, her hands flying in useless motions as she laughs. Okay, you're screwing with me, right? Mind control? Maddie? I'm not messing with you. I'm dead serious. I can't blame her for being incredulous. It's a lot to take in at once, and the rest of what I have to say is even stranger. But if there's anyone who will believe me, who will believe the truth, it's Tara. I'm saying witch. Yeah, I'm calling it right now. Maybe witch. It's so strange. Her laugh becomes a whistle as she comes down. She takes a second to compose herself and then sits on the bed next to me. Okay. Mind control. Go on. Like I said, I doubt Maddie's even aware. It's probably more like sleepwalking for her. But it would make sense. You said she is spending a lot of time away from the cabin, right? And that she doesn't talk about where she's been, plus the footage being damaged and then the heaters dying. It makes sense. Maybe this is a misconstruction, because Maddie's been out in the woods. You're gonna have to sell me on this more. I wouldn't say that makes sense. What's the point of it? Why would your mom do that? And how? Like, we haven't even approached to the point of making sense. I know. I'll explain. I'm trying to remain calm myself, but there's a nervousness that I've never felt before. This is my first time ever talking about this with someone else. No matter how many times I'd imagined this conversation and rehearsed it in my head, it's nothing like real life. My mom isn't really my mom. To be frank, she's not even human. Not anymore. What? I pause, waiting to see how Tara takes it. No reaction. I doubt that anything I'm saying even registers as a possibility to her. My only choice is to go through it all and hope that she believes me in the end. I'm scared. What is she? Okay. The person that you've met, the creature, is something else, using a human woman's body as a host. What? She has the whole town under a glamour that makes them loyal to her, and she has for years, longer than I've been alive. I think she has Maddie now too. The reason that I sent you an email and invited you to Eysenfield isn't because of the forest spirit or any of that other stuff, although it's related too. The reason is because I need your help. Evelyn, or the thing inside her, is going to try to kill me soon, to use me as a new host within the next few weeks. You are the only people in the world who I could think of who might believe me. There wasn't anyone else I could ask. She knows that too, which is why she's trying to get rid of you now, ruin your trip, make you want to leave. She wouldn't ever hurt either of you. Too many people would notice if something happened. There'd be way too much unwanted attention on her. But if she could get the two of you to leave Eysenfield, then she'd be able to proceed with her plans. I'm pretty sure that's what she's trying to do, through Maddie. Holy fuck! That's it, I guess. That's it? As I finished speaking, I looked down at my legs. Oh god, that is so fucked up. Why isn't she under Evelyn's control? I don't know. Maybe she has some kind of guardian protector in the form of a cat? I don't know. It feels like a weight has been lifted off my chest. If nothing else, I'm glad that I got to tell someone. Even if nothing changes, at least I got to share my story. So what is Evelyn? I have way more questions now. If she doesn't believe me, if she thinks I'm as crazy as Maddie does, then I'm out of options. The silence stretches on, and I glance up at Tara's face. For someone usually so expressive and easy to read, her face is immutable. I can't tell what she's thinking. She just stares at me intensely, more scrutinizing than I've ever seen before. She's a forest spirit? Wait, really? I don't know what to say. I meet her eyes, willing her to search mine and see that I'm telling the truth. I want to reach across and grab her hand. More than that, I want her to grab mine. Did she say that I was related with the forest spirit? So maybe she's not the forest spirit? I don't know. I don't know. The history. You know, I think she does say that she is a spirit. But I don't know if the two are actually connected. Well, of course they're connected, but like, if the two are the same person or spirit. Tara huffs, blowing a loose strand of hair that's fallen over her face. She blinks, pops her knuckles, scratches her leg. Then finally, she half smiles. Okay. So then what do we do now? Does that mean you believe me? My breath catches in my throat, scarcely daring to believe it. She hasn't confirmed yet. She could just be playing along. Of course I do. I can't help myself. I lean forward and wrap my arms around her in a very selfish hug. I'm so sorry for dragging you into all of this. She doesn't deserve any of what's going on. I brought her into my own world of problems. Her arms wrapped back around me without hesitation. Hey, I'm glad you did. Really? Of course. If some other paranormal blog got this scoop, I'd be jealous forever. We both laugh. But I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot to take in, especially the stuff about Mads. Is that actually true? No, would it? I mean, they did see each other after Mads got home, so maybe. But if never coming here would have meant you having to deal with this on your own, then it's a damn good thing we're here. For the first time that I can remember, I feel warm and comfortable. It's a moment that I wish could last forever. I don't deserve her support, but I'm infinitely glad that I have it. Now let's go kick your mom's ass. I laugh again. I'm glad that she's able to keep a light heart through all of this. We're going to need it. Really though, what do we do now? Pack her stuff and get out of here? You could totally crash with me and Mads. I'm sure she wouldn't mind. We'd have to get past that whole mind control thing first, though. No, running away isn't an option. She would just take someone else instead. She has to be dealt with. You said it would happen in a couple weeks, right? How do you know? It'll happen on the winter solstice. It's something to do with the moon. I don't really know the specifics myself. There's not a whole lot of information to go off. You're in luck, because investigating stuff without a real lead is my specialty. She's incorrigible, and her smile is infectious. Her optimism and confidence makes me think that this might work out okay after all. There'll be plenty of time for that, I promise. Right now, I should head back home. Already? It feels like you got here a bit ago. I know. I wish I could stay longer, but I need to start preparing right away. There's a lot I need to fill you in on, but it'll take some time for me to get ready. So, like, later tonight? Probably tomorrow, or the next day. Okay, I'll lie low then, until then. What should we do about... Her voice trails off, and nods in the direction of the rest of the cabin. And Maddie. Nothing for now. Just try to act normal around here, if you can. So, avoid conversation as much as possible. Easy peasy. We stand up together, and Tara walks me to the front door. So, see you soon, I guess. Right. She leans forward suddenly, giving me another quick hug. My second one today. It's over far too quickly. Cool. I'll be waiting. I smile. Me too. It's always scary going home, and facing the prospect of seeing Evelyn face to face. Today, though, it doesn't seem as bad. There's still a long way to go, but with Tara's help, there's a chance everything will work out. All this miscommunication. I don't know. I don't know if Maddie's actually mind controlled. It just seems... I don't know. I don't even know if I believe it or not. Morgan wasn't hugged as a child. That's a sad realization. She's been acting weird because there are no clip GF. No clip GF. Today, though, it doesn't seem as bad. There's still a long way to go, but with Tara's help, there's a chance that everything will work out. There's more than I've ever been able to say before. Okay. Now Maddie's perspective. I wonder if there's going to be like signs if she's under mind control or not. The skies are gray out when I wake up. I check my phone for the time, thinking it must be oh my gosh, still be early. But no, it's almost 10. It's the clouds that are making it so dark. We're definitely in for a lot of snow today. It looks like it could be more than any of the previous storms. Sighing to myself, I get out of bed and get dressed without wasting any time. There's no way I'm going to be able to see Abigail today. Not with the weather as it is. I hope she won't wait up for me. It's frigid in the living room. I spent a while trying to fix the heater, but to no avail. I don't even know what's wrong with it. Tara must have had it pretty rough too. At least she could bundle up in blankets and keep warm. The door to her room is shut, so she's either gone or still asleep. I'm glad that things have improved between us. She seems to have a change of heart or something, because a couple of days ago she started making small talk again. Even our argument over the footage wasn't as explosive as it could have been. If it had happened 3 days prior, we probably wouldn't have been on speaking terms at all anymore. Ooh. I make myself a bowl of cereal and have a quiet breakfast, alone. Although I've gotten used to not interacting with Tara much, there were still my visits with Abigail to look forward to. Now there's no telling how many days it'll be until the weather's cleared up enough for me to see her again. Hopefully it'll blow over quickly. It's already starting to snow a little. Just to pass the time, I moved my laptop out in the living room and start an episode of a show I've been meaning to watch. I keep one headphone out so I'll be able to hear if Tara leaves her room. She never does. After 2 episodes, I get up and knock on her door. Unsurprisingly, there's no answer. I take a quick peek inside. Empty. She must be at Morgan's again. At this point, it's pretty obvious that they're more than friends. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's none of my business, of course. They're both adults and can do whatever they want. But I can't help being a little envious. It's been more than a year since I've been on a date. Things ended sort of messily with my last girlfriend, and since then I haven't really been looking. Working on the show kept me busy enough. Still, it wasn't that I was trying to avoid meeting anyone new. It just didn't happen. I'm not like Tara. I can't talk to strangers and carry on a conversation straight away. Business stuff, sure. Small talk, no way. I've always been a bit jealous of that. So, seeing how quickly and how naturally Morgan and Tara ended up together feels like a painful reminder of my own social inadequacies. I guess there's an expiration date on the relationship, whatever it may be though. It's hard to believe that we're already halfway through our trip in Eysenfield. It occurs to me that I'm in a similar situation with Abigail. Although our friendship is nothing like Morgan and Tara's, it's also time-limited. That thought hurts. More than I expected it to. I wish there was some way she could come back with us. I wonder how difficult it is to smuggle a ghost internationally. I don't know if that would go through customs. That's kind of the problem Tara would be great at solving if she was around. In fact, I wonder if maybe I should take this opportunity to try to mend things with her. Assuming Abigail was okay with it, I could take Tara to meet her. Oh my god, they were roommates. While not quite as dramatic as the Forest Spirit, having a genuine ghost on film would still be a huge win for this show. It's a little funny to me that an actual ghost is mundane compared to what else we've seen. I'm not entirely convinced on the idea. There's still some appeal to keeping the news to myself for at least a little bit longer. A knock at the front door interrupts my TV watching. Is it Evelyn? Coming! Of course. I undo the latch and come face to face with Evelyn again. Good afternoon. Hi there. My previous encounter with her on the way back from the church flashes my mind and sets me on edge. There's a man I don't recognize with her too, adding to my unease. We heard there was an issue with the heater, so we've come to fix it. Don't want you freezing to death out here. Her demeanor's at 180 from last time. I wonder which of them let her know. Maybe Tara mentioned it earlier today. Oh, thanks. That'll be a big help. Maybe no one mentioned it to her. Aren't you going to let us in? I realize that I'm blocking the doorway and step back to make room. It's technically her cabin. I don't really have a right to say no. Yeah, sorry. Oh shit. Well, maybe save anyway. The guy with her brushes past me and heads to the heater, getting right to work. Meanwhile, Evelyn and I both sit down in the living room. I stare at the floor, hoping that she'll start the conversation, but she seems content to just look around the room, admiring the decorating. When she clears her throat, I flinch. Sorry for the swears, don't worry. Like, anytime someone swears and YouTube catches it, I just, go off the game and click show. When she clears her throat, I flinch. I'm very sorry for the discomfort it must have caused. Even a single night without the warmth can be most unpleasant. She stares at me intently, like she's hoping for me to catch some hidden meaning. Whatever it is lost on me. It's fine. It was just one night. Thanks for taking care of it so fast. Of course. Are you the only one home today? Yeah, Tara's out. I can't imagine that Evelyn doesn't know about her and Morgan, or at the least that the two of them have been spending so much time together. She and Morgan live in the same house, after all. But Evelyn's eyebrows raise. Is she now? My daughter said your friend was here. She wouldn't be foolish enough to venture into the woods on her own, would she? The weather's looking quite dire. Oh, shit. Shit is going down. My mouth goes dry. Even Tara wouldn't be that reckless, right? I don't think so. Good. Only a fool would go out in this. Ma'am? As if on cue, a heavy gust of wind blows, making the whole cabin creak. Through the window, I can see the snowfall has already gotten heavier. Thick, heavy flakes mask the glass and obscure the view outside. The workman finishes up and moves closer to the couch. He still hasn't said a word since he arrived. It seems like we're finished here. Do take care, Madison, and don't hesitate to call if you need help with anything else. Will do, thanks. She has fangs. I'm scared. What? The two of them leave as abruptly as Morgan always does. I really hope that Morgan is lying to her mom. Mom, quotation marks. The moment the door shuts behind them, I leap up and head for the landline phone. I don't know what that was about at all, but it's obvious there's something more going on that I'm aware of, something sinister. Oh shit, but if Maddie doesn't know, then she might go out in the... Oh god. This is bad. This is all bad. There's a small scrap of paper jammed underneath the phone, with Morgan's phone number scribbled on it. I dial and wait, praying that the weather won't render the phones useless. It rings and rings and rings, but doesn't pick up. Of course it doesn't. Eventually it goes to a generic voicemail message delivered in an automated voice. Damn it! I slam the phone back to reset it, and then dial again. Please, please, please. If she's not there, if she's not with Morgan, then I don't know what I'll do. I don't know where else she could be. On the third ring, the phone clicks as someone answers. Hello? It's garbled and hard to hear, likely because of the storm. Morgan? The person on the other line says something unintelligible. Hello? Maddie? It's just barely clear enough for me to hear my name. Yeah, it's me. Hey, listen, is Tara with you? There's another pause and some staticky noise. Then a beep as the line goes dead. Oh, damn. Frantically, I hit the redial button. This time, she picks up on the first ring. Hey, it's me. Is Tara with you? There's a noise, but I can't tell if it's her answering me or just interference. Sorry, what? Again, the only response is garbled nonsense. I tried to talk to her several more times, but nothing is intelligible. I don't even know if she can hear me. The call drops again, and this time I don't bother calling back. I could try to send her an email, but it'll take forever before the webpage loads enough for me to do that. I try to make myself calm down. Logically, she's got to be with Morgan. There's nowhere else she'd go. Evelyn must have missed her somehow, or Evelyn knows that Morgan was lying and told Maddie that on purpose. I go to one of the windows, using my sleeve to brush away the fog that veils the glass. It's already a blizzard out there, snowing harder than anything I've ever witnessed. That's when I see her. Wait, what? A flash of red hair over by the tree line. Tara. She's just standing there. Oh God. Does this mean what I think it is? She's being mind controlled, right? Right? When she notices me, she waves. What the hell's wrong with her? I pound on the glass, pointing downwards to indicate that she should come in. Come inside, you moron! What are you doing? I know she can't hear me, but she keeps waving. What the fuck? Then she turns and walks into the forest. Shit. What the hell? She's lost it. She's absolutely lost it. I fight against the wind just to open the door. Tara! My voice is swallowed up by the wind. There's no way she could have heard me. I try yelling again, but the cold stings my throat. Is this some idea of a joke to her? It's a terrible one if so. Stepping out the front door, I can barely see her amongst the trees and swirling snow. She's just standing there waiting for me. I linger, not sure what to do. I can't just leave her there, but going out in this would be asinine. Is that actually Tara? I don't know. She waves again, more urgently. She clearly wants me to follow her. Maybe she needs my help. Maybe someone's been injured. Still, the storm. Every second I'm out here, the cold seeps a little bit further into me. I need to decide. I clench my fists. If nothing else, I know that Tara would come for me. Bracing myself, I start walking towards her. This is such a bad idea. God damn it. It's nearly impossible. Just keeping my balance and remaining upright is a chore. Every step I take feels like a battle against nature. Okay, I'm gonna take a very quick break. I'm freaking out right now. Okay. God. What do you guys even think? Any game theories? Slowly, though, I do it. Once she sees that I'm following her, she starts walking again. I wish she'd wait for me to catch up, so she could at least tell me what's going on. When I cross the tree line, the wind gets noticeably better, although the cold is no less bitter. Oh, this is bad. Tara doesn't seem fazed. She's still forging ahead, always in the distance no matter how fast I go. Close enough to see, but not close enough to hear. Oh, all this is miscommunication. Fuck. After a few more minutes, I finally start to inch closer to her. I can't feel my hands or my feet, and my teeth won't stop shattering. I need to stop her now. Tara. My mouth is shaking too much for me to form any sort of coherent phrases. If I wasn't already genuinely scared, I am now. Then, without warning, Tara stops. She stands completely still, back towards me. I do my best to push forward, finally making my way to her. Tara, we have to... I give up on words, instead reaching out towards her. My fingers are numb and heavy. Before I can touch her shoulder, though, she turns around, and my blood runs as icy as my skin. What the fuck? Her face is completely smooth and featureless like a mannequin. Her clothes, her hair, everything else are a perfect replica, but her face is an empty void. What the fuck? This isn't Tara. This isn't even human. The sharp taste of bile rises in my throat as I stumble back, repulsed. As I stare in horror, she begins to flicker like a light bulb going out. No. No. This isn't real. This can't be real. This isn't happening. This can't be happening. Still flickering, the thing begins to move. Its shoulders start to shake as it rocks back and forth, tilting its head back slightly. It doesn't make a sound, but its intention is clear. It's laughing at me. I fall backwards, hands scrambling through the snow that I can no longer feel. I scuttle away from it as best as I can, though it doesn't even try to follow me. It just rocks, celebrating its triumph over me. Fuck. My shoulder smashes into something hard, sending a stinging pain through me. It's a tree. I try to stand up, but I've lost all sensation in my legs. My fingers scrabble desperately, uselessly at the hard earth and slick bark, but I can't find any purchase. I try to stand, and my feet slide from beneath me as I crash back to the ground. Each effort is harder than the last. I try several more times to stand, but I can't. Exhausted, I lie there, cheek pressed against the frigid ground. I can't even feel it. My face burns as it's buffeted with more and more snow. My thoughts run ragged. I know how hypothermia works, how fast it can set in. Surprisingly quickly, I'd once read. My body temperature only needs to drop a couple degrees to start shutting down. I can't muster the effort to move. The fake Tara is gone now. The space it occupied is empty. I'm alone. The realization crosses my mind, surprisingly lucid. I'm going to die. This is the end. There is no after this. I've reached the end of my life. Snow accumulates on my body. What parts I can feel burn. I'm grateful for those that I can't. My breath is barely even a wisp of vapor. I try to tell myself that I'm wrong. Someone will find me. I can't die out here. I'm not some mountain adventurer. I'm not the kind of person this happens to. I can't freeze to death. I can't. But I'm going to. What about Tara? And BT and my family? I can't just leave them all behind because I ran too far in the woods. That's just not how this works. I try to push myself back up, but I can't move my arms. I can't move anything. I'm sure that if my body allowed me, I'd be crying. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. My consciousness fades. A piercing light that shouldn't be unpleasant but isn't shines in front of me. I'm so fucking stressed. I will my body to reach for it. Is that Abigail? But I can't. Then I understand. It isn't meant for my hands to touch. I let go of it all, giving myself up. But then, a sound. Imperceptibly loud, deafeningly quiet. Something vibrant and full of life fills my tired eyes. It blocks the light. And then, it's her. Ghost girl. She's so pretty. An angel appears. No way. Yes. Chapter 3. I'm gonna keep going. It's only been an hour and a half. Okay, I think this is still Maddie. I feel a lot more relieved, even though we're still out in the freezing cold. Yes. I'm not cold. I'm not warm either. I'm not anything. I'm not even sure I'm awake. All I can see is vast, profound blackness. I realize my eyes are shut. Are they frozen shut? I try to move my arms to rub my face, but those feel frozen too. With great effort, I manage to wrench my eyes open. The church. I'm flat on my back. Right above me is a familiar curved wood ceiling. The gray smudges in my peripheral vision are the pews where I sat and read with Abigail just days ago. I'm in the church. I try to remember how I got here, but all I have are glimpses of what happened. Waking up alone. The mayor dropping by unannounced. Following Tara. Not Tara. God. Even nearly immobile, a shiver creeps up my spine at the thought of that thing. And after that, it comes back to me as an avalanche, running, stumbling, and falling. And being so cold. I can recall the dread as it happened, as I gave up. When strength left my body and my eyelids couldn't bear to being open any longer. But how did I get from there to here? I thought she was like no clip GF, right? There's a sound of rustling cloth from beside me. I force my head to turn to look. And there she is, warm, radiant, just an arm's length away. Abigail. I blink, expecting her to vanish, to be a figment of my imagination. But when my aching eyes open once more, she's still there. Worry wrinkles her face. You lost what happened since the end of the episode? Wait, what? Like, what just happened now in the stream? She saved me, didn't she? There's no other explanation. I mustered the strength to smile up at her. She smiles back, though it doesn't reach her eyes. Hello, Madison. I'm glad you're awake. In the otherwise silent church, her voice rings out like a bell. The first words I've ever heard her say. Wait, what? Yeah. So, yeah, Evelyn comes by and she's all like, well, clearly she tries to trick Maddie, Yeah, Maddie to go into the woods to look for Tara. And then there's a fake Tara, ghost Tara. Oh fuck, I didn't even realize she's talking now. I can hear her. We can speak to each other. Understanding pierces through my exhaustion. With that understanding comes a whole cascade of realizations. Wait. I really hope not. A million feelings rush through me, and I don't know what order to process them. Two concepts stand out among everything else. Her voice is lovely, soft and gentle like she is. I must be dead. Abigail. I mumble out the only coherent thought that I have. She slides from the bench she was sitting in to the ground, kneeling on the floor beside me. That's right, I'm here. She leans over me, the serene portrait of a heaven-sent angel. She's here. That can only mean one thing. My head doesn't hurt. My back isn't sore despite spending lying on the cold stone floor for hours. I can hear it and speak with Abigail. I died, didn't I? And you saved me and brought me back here? She rubs her face, a pained look on it that she can't brush away. You're not quite dead, but you're not alive either. Rather, you're somewhere in between life and death. Okay. I think Maddie can talk to her now because she almost died, and she has some kind of connection. Well, you called it. Like me. Wait, what? Run that to me again? Somewhere between life and death. Like me? That's the best way I can put it. I can tell that her tone is supposed to be optimistic, but to me she sounds entirely too cheerful for someone narrating my own demise. Still, I suppose this is better than the alternative. Then, thank you. Her smile gets just a little bit smaller. Please don't mention it. Really, I'm sorry that we hadn't been just a little bit faster. If we had arrived sooner, who's we? You need to go? Don't worry about it. There's always the video going up tomorrow. She looks away, guilt twisting her face. It's okay. It's not your fault. Even in my adult state, I know that much. So she's not a ghost, right? She's not a ghost? She's between life and death? Huh. I shut my eyes, hoping that this might be a dream, and that when I open them, I'll be safe and sound in my bed at the cabin. I'm not, of course. There's nothing above me but stone. I force myself to sit up. The motion catches her attention and Abigail lunges forward, ready to catch me if I fall. Oh, don't strain yourself. But there's no pain or soreness. Instead, it's like each individual part was switched off, and I have to reactivate them. Maybe that's not far from the truth. Once I've sat up, I'm able to stand without any issue. The heaviness falls away like a blanket. I think I'm okay. To demonstrate, I pace back and forth a couple steps. Feeling like I'm just stretching my legs, I reach out and flex my fingers, staring at their strange, glimmering transparencies. The whole time she watches intently, poised to intervene if anything goes wrong. Nothing does. I'm fine, relatively speaking. I look towards Abigail for approval with the most earnest smile I can muster. She visibly relaxes. I then sit down on one of the pews. Abigail sits down beside me. It's bizarre. Despite years of existential dread, I don't know how to feel about my own past tense death. Well, Abigail did say that it's not quite death. It's just not exactly life either. You'll be back? Alright, good night, Andy. Thanks for stopping by. Obviously, it's got to be a bit more complicated than that, but right now it's helping to soften the blow a little bit. I look down at my hands. They're normal and clean, not bloating and turning purple like in the last few moments. Ooh, Jesus. The rest of me seems similarly plain. Apparently I was well preserved. There's one difference I wonder about though. I press my finger to the stone that we're sitting on. Or at least I try to. But my hand just passes through. It doesn't feel like anything. Right. Next to me, Abigail does the same thing, pressing her hand in up to her wrist. She giggles, and my heart skips a beat. Is your heart still beating? I'd forgotten how it feels at first. It's kind of wondrous. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Once you get used to it, it's really quite convenient. It'll just take a bit of time. Abigail stands and gives me a huge smile, probably not realizing just how scary that thought it is to me. I don't really want to spend however long it takes to get used to it like this. But she's clearly excited to talk. I am too, regardless of the circumstances. I don't know what happened to her body. If it's still in the woods, oh god, I don't know if she can, still be alive. So I won't spoil the moment, yet. How long has it been since then? Since I, Even thinking of the word died causes my throat to constrict with terror. It's not death, I remind myself. If I can feel afraid, then it can't be death. It's been over a day. You've been unconscious this entire time. I was afraid that perhaps I've done it wrong, that you might not ever wake up. What? What did you do? Maybe this is her body? I don't know. I have no idea. So she did something to... like a ritual? But here I am. I can see her eyes sparkle with tears, despite the fact that I'm standing right here. Even the thought of my demise almost makes her cry. Yes, here you are. How did you do it? I remember thinking that I was going to die, for sure. She looks away from me, fidgeting with her dress. As I said, we arrived too late to save your life. The cold had already set in, and you were so far from home. But we were able to save your spirit, your soul, the important part of you, and that's what you are now. Okay. Alright, good night, Max. A spirit? She nods. That's what you are too, right? Another nod. Exactly. Her voice is gleeful. I can tell that she's excited by this. I can't blame her. After 200 years of solitude, I'm sure that I would be too. But for me, well, this is a nightmare, wrapped in irony. I came to Eysenfield as a skeptic, and now I'm this. It's so overwhelming. What will my parents say? Or my friends back home? And what about everything else I left behind? I never prepared a will or anything like that. I don't know what to think, what to feel. I suppose I should be grateful that I'm not truly dead, but at the same time, I don't know what I'm missing out on. Maybe it would have been preferable. I wish I could have at least said goodbye, especially to Tara. There's so much left unsaid. Wait, Tara. With a jolt, I turn to face Abigail. She flinches at how suddenly I move. Do you know if Tara's safe? My friend, the one who came here with me. I thought I was following her into the woods, but it was... The image of that fake Tara comes to mind, and with it a wave of dread. The memory of that is repulsive simply in how false it was, how unnatural. She's fine. As far as I know, she was never in any danger at all. I'm so sorry, Madison. You were tricked. Right. I relax a little bit. Tricked. Tricked by whom? Abigail looks uncomfortable once more. I'm not sure what name she uses now. The mayor of the village, whatever you know her as. Evelyn. So she's responsible. I'm not surprised in the least. The way she always seemed like a snake, coiled and ready to pounce. The bad feeling I got every time I interacted with her. So did Abigail die the same way? She must have come by the cabin just to scope me out. She had probably been planning this all along. I shudder. Who is she, really? Why would she want to kill me? I'll explain it later, but I promise you don't have to worry about her anymore. Clearly that's supposed to make me feel better, but it doesn't. Yeah, she's not a threat anymore, but only because she succeeded. I want to understand. I need to understand. Why would she want me dead? I guess I'll find out in time. I just have one other question. Earlier, when you were talking about saving me, you kept saying we. Who else? Now her eyes regain that previous, mischievous gleam that I've started to recognize on her. Someone special. I'll take you to meet them if you feel you're ready for it. I think so. There's nothing to be accomplished by sitting around feeling sorry for myself right now. I've spent enough of my time in Eysenfield doing that as it is. Plus, I'm curious to see who might have helped Abigail. Who else could have known about her this whole time, yet kept her a secret? I stand up and absent-mindedly offer a hand to Abigail to help her up too. Morgan? She takes it, then drops it immediately. Eyes wide and awestruck, she stares as if I sprouted a tentacle from my arm. Tears spring to her eyes, seeping out to form a thin river down her face. What is it? What's wrong? Did I hurt you? Your hand. I can feel it. She's right. It hadn't even registered as different to me, but for the first time since we've met, I can actually touch and feel her there. She grabs my hand again, not standing. She closes her eyes as her fingers roam over mine, taking in the sensation. With anyone else, anyone on Earth, it'd be awkward, but somehow with Abigail, I don't mind. It's a little endearing, in fact. MSN Messenger? Those were the days when you could play games with people. After a moment, she seems to realize what she's doing. With a yelp and a sheepish expression, she lets go. I'm sorry, Madison. I got so carried away for a moment. It's fine, really. My skin still tingles with the feeling, vivid because of the absence of anything else. Abigail also gets to her feet without my help. Together, we face the doors of the church. They look like they've been untouched since I was last here, with Morgan and Tower. I wonder how they're taking it. I wonder if they even know yet that I'm gone. It's quite possible Tara hasn't even come by the cabin. It could be days before she knows. I push those thoughts out of my head. It doesn't make a difference at this point. I'm still alive and cognizant, at least in some capacity. And as long as that's true, then there's a hope that maybe I can get out of this situation. All I can do is hope and learn. Swallowing my fear as much as I can, I take the first step towards the door. Should we go meet your friend then? Oh man. The awful giant animations you could spam send to people. I like the little nudges where it shakes the screen. That was pretty cool. And oh man, I remember I had a nice little collection of those animations, those GIFs. Oh. It's calm outside. In the day or so that's passed, the weather seems to hold on. Alright, sorry about that. It's calm outside. In the day or so that's passed, the weather seems to have also mellowed out. A thick layer of fresh snow coats everything, looking fluffy and inviting. A few clouds darken the sky overhead, but are nothing compared to the maelstrom that I got caught in. The occasional flakes that fall seem serene, not threatening. Of course, they pass right through me. Abigail leads me into the woods. I try not to pay attention to how I can't hear my footsteps in the snow, or how the cold doesn't bother me. It's convenient, sure, but it's wrong. Can you fly now? Fuck, I want to be a ghost. The two of us walk side by side, deeper and deeper into the forest. This will be the farthest I've ever gone, since previously I had never passed the church. Just like Morgan a few nights ago, Abigail seems to know exactly where she's going. Abigail, can you tell me a bit about what it's like now, being a ghost and all? Abigail's face lights up, and she claps her hands together. Her steps become an eager skip. Of course, I'd be happy to. She clearly means it. Where to begin? I found it to be quite convenient personally. As I said before, we're not ghosts per se, or at least not in the conventional way. Which is to say, we're not dead. It's more like we're somewhere in between life and death. Jinx! How you doing, buddy? You and I are now fundamentally bound to the forest, and everything else in it. In the forest, everything is connected. She frowns deeply, puffing out her cheeks. This is harder than I thought. I laugh. I guess even after centuries, she never expected she'd have to explain all of this to someone. It's fine. Take your time. Okay. Everything in the forest is connected. The trees, the grass, the birds, the foxes, everything. And that includes you and I, too. Connected how? Abigail chews her lip as she tries to think about how to explain it. Her frown returns, deeper than before. Finally, she shrugs. Magic. Magic. That makes sense. Pleased, Abigail nods. How was D&D? It was very fun. And you know what? We can't wait for you to join us. Yeah, whenever you have the time. But don't worry about missing anything, because the first session was pretty much a tutorial. I still don't know what to think. I've only just woken up. I don't know how long it'll take for me to process everything and accept it, or if I ever will. Everything she says makes sense on a conscious level. I'm sure I could ace a test if someone were to ask me questions about it. But when I stop to think about how it affects me, about how these are now the restrictions and limitations that bind me, I stumble over nothing and clutch at my chest, feeling sick. But it's an impotent gesture. It doesn't help me feeling any better. How? How can I be dead? How did this happen to me of all people on Earth? This isn't fair. It isn't fair. I never wanted any of this. I never even wanted to be here. I can't keep my thoughts from spiraling. Every time I try to think about it, I'm just met with memories of dying and fear. Fear for myself and for the future and what it might hold. Abigail rushes over, rubbing my back as she croons in my ear. Madison, it'll be alright, I promise. I know it's a lot to take in, but it'll be okay. I'm here for you. I'm here. I'm here. She repeats those words over and over, stroking my back, until the moment passes. Dizziness fades in waves, and I slowly stand back up. In all, my little episode must have lasted seconds at most, but it felt so long. Madison? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine now, or at least better. Thanks. Her hand doesn't leave my back. Are you sure? We don't have to keep going right now. We could save this for another day. I brush away the notion. It's fine. Let's keep going. If I just sit and do nothing, I'm sure I'd even feel worse. Okay. I am so sorry to leave it here. Even though she said we'll keep going. Speaking of keeping going, I am not. Next episode, we're gonna meet Abigail's friend who helped save us, kind of. Is Maddie dead? Yeah, pretty much. I don't know, there might be a way to save her. But for the time being, she's a spirit. You got a mic? Now you can hear my annoying voice? I'm sure it's not annoying. I don't think anyone's voice is annoying. Okay, yeah, I feel so bad for Maddie. Jesus. Like, yeah, she didn't want to be here in the first place, and now she ends up dead. Like, what's gonna happen to her life back home? She is probably, like, freaking out over that. I don't know how I'd even react in that kind of situation. Okay. So yeah, I did save. Just making sure. Man, that was a very stressful episode. Oh boy. I can't believe it. So yeah, the mayor is some kind of demonic entity, maybe? I don't know, it's just all fucked up. living in the woods is cool and all, but I'd also enjoy, like, living. What, having a no-clip GF is not enough for you? Well, I guess she's not a no-clip GF anymore. Yeah, you can touch her now. Yeah, I know this song, I think I've said this before already, but the song has music from In Love with the Ghost, the artist, which is so ironic. Yeah, I love this game a lot. Like, this is probably one of the best visual novels I've covered in the past year or so. 2 years. Past 2 years? Has it been 2 years already? In the past year. And I'm really excited to play more. Let me quit. Am I gonna stream Mother next? I might stream more Heart of the Woods and then stream Mother again. Just because people seem to like it more. But I do want to finish Mother 3. We're definitely getting somewhere there. Alright, Coffee, good night. Oh, yeah. Alright, good night, everyone, and I might be able to stream tomorrow, just depending on how much schoolwork I have. But we'll see. I do have an exam coming up, but it shouldn't be too bad, because, it's just one exam. Unlike that 1 week I had like 3 in a row. God damn. Yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day or your evening. And yeah, don't forget to take care of yourselves. And I will see you next time. Thanks for joining in. Bye.